All right, let's get started. We're going to take a look at Genesis 1:1, which reads, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." So the first phrase of that verse, that is what we're going to take a look at. The first section of Scripture, the first book, the entire Bible, in the beginning. This phrase and its placement here at the beginning of the Bible carries a lot of importance. It is an opening to the entire Bible. It's an opening to the entire story of Christianity as a whole. It's the opening to creation. Once things started, once stuff started to exist, that's the starting point of the book. Okay? And this phrase, "in the beginning," it is a blessing of sorts. We can claim this for ourselves. We are opening the Bible to the beginning of to the beginning of our journey. It is a blessing because our journey is not over yet. This is the beginning. Regardless of where you are in your life, you might be 90 years old right now, but regardless of that, this can be the beginning of your story, if you want it to be. So let's take a look at the beginning and how that plays out in a few different verses here. So in Psalm 102, verse 25, it says, "Of old you founded the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands." So God created everything. And let me read this again. "Of old you founded the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands." That's another way of saying, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, just like Genesis 1:1 says. But in this case, it's trying to create a more graphic picture. Things were molded into place with the hands of God. In the beginning of your story, God is molding you into the being that you were always meant to be, that God knew from the beginning of all things that you would inevitably be. And then in Isaiah 40:21, it's a longer section here. We're going to read several verses, but let's see what it says. "Do you not know? Have you not heard? Has it not been declared to you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he who sits above the circle of the earth, and its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in. He it is who reduces rulers to nothing, who makes the judges of the earth meaningless. Scarcely have they been planted, scarcely have they sown. Scarcely their stalk taken root in the earth, but he merely blows on them and they wither, and the storm carries them away like stubble. To whom, then, will you liken me, that I would be his equal, says the Holy One. Lift up your eyes on high and see who has created these stars, the one who leads forth their host by number. He calls them all by name, because of the greatness of his might and the strength of his power. Not one of them is missing." That is who our God is. Our God is the one who put the stars in heaven, who is equal and is above all. What causes us fear would wither and die if God even breathed on it. Judges, anything important on this earth is meaningless to the fact that God is the beginning. And the beginning of our story can begin with God, and nothing can stop our story from beginning with God. Then finally, John 1, verse 1 through 2. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. In those verses, John is speaking of Jesus, the Son of God. And Jesus was in the beginning. He is referencing Genesis 1:1 here. He is starting his letter, or his book, back at the beginning, back at the start of creation, and saying that is where Jesus came from. And that is where we will begin our story.